ensure that we mitigate the situation from becoming dire here in the province.
Okay. Number two.
Okay, Premier, you mentioned that we are more than ready. I think that's what exactly to deal with the upcoming deadline. I think about a week or two ago, while we were addressing the provincial PEC meeting, you said we should be worried because the financial and the is that not a contradiction? And also, the second question you mentioned that if we manage to agree to extend the contract of this contract nesting, is there a money?
Are you going your question? Okay. And let me see if I may take both.
Especially on the month.
Good afternoon to everybody. Good afternoon, Honorable Premier. On the issue of the money, remember after the declaration of the disaster the financial year that is ending now in March, there was a special dispensation of trying to do a special budget adjustment to fund to a tune of more than 900 million the Department of Health to deal with the issue of appointing contract workers who are in the excess of 8,000. So now this financial year we could not get that particular budget from the provincial government, but national government gave us just more than 1 billion to look at other needs for COVID-19 resurgence management and vaccination rollout. So as the Premier was saying earlier on, as you're quoting him, that he said we've got a challenge in terms of finances as a department, but we had to scratch around and look at the available budget of the department, which therefore we're able to find about 425 million to keep the 5,400 EPWP category of the contract workers for the whole year. So the extension for those is 1 year. Then there is another money that was remaining in the 1 billion from national, about 180 million, which we were able therefore to reserve that one for the extension of the other categories of professionals and non-professionals for extension of 3 months. But for now we've got that 424 million to fund the two. I think I will leave it there, and then the others, the Premier will assist with the responses. Thank you very much. Oh, okay. I think let me just talk on the readiness, not necessarily for the Easter, because I think that one talks to large numbers that will be coming to our province, which maybe the Premier will reflect on it, even though earlier on he did say that we await the National Command Council to say something, because all of us will understand the lockdown level we are at, that does not restrict people from moving up and down until maybe any other further decision. But we are ready as a province, because already we've expanded our vaccination rollout. In terms of the vaccination rollout, of course we're moving slow, as the Premier has said, because of the limited numbers of the doses that we're getting. Up to now we've got about 29,000 doses, which we are able therefore to administer those across 8 facilities which are vaccine centers in the province, in particular found in 3 regions, which is Nelson Mandela, DCM, and Oatam. But already now we're expanding. We just launched last week one unique site which is called the mass vaccination site, particularly Mabuyane, and there's many that will be following, looking at even the rural areas, in particular areas like Mabuyane, Oliver and Adelaide, the Tambo Hospital, your Makanika Zulu, your Komani. But across the province, we have already trained more than 90% of our facilities in terms of the 90% of the hospitals, which are about 90 plus clinics. So the total of our facilities are in excess of 770. So about 90% of our hospitals, which will be linked to our community health centers and clinics, they have trained vaccinated. So that's why we are saying, soon as the vaccine is available, we are ready to hit the ground running and start mass vaccination of our. Thank you very much.
You'll never trust anything about people from hell. They go everywhere. We have indicated that whatever views that we had, that if we would have had this press briefing before the National Coronavirus Command Council that set earlier today at 9, and so those views now are subject to the national discussions, and the cabinet nationally is surely synthesizing a way forward based on what the National Coronavirus Command Council will be saying. So I won't really be talking about that issue, but you remember that we're doing all what we're doing in the context also of our economic reconstruction and recovery plan. So whatever that we do, we are also sensitive to that, and but clearly President will be able to speak on details on how the country over the next couple of days will actually be mitigating all these potential effects of super spreading events and the movement of our people, etc., etc. I will leave it there. The only thing that we want to say, we have seen a very decisive intervention on the introduction of this mandatory wearing of masks and these non-pharmaceutical interventions. So whatever that happens, our plea is that our people must take responsibility about their lives. Whatever that president says, whatever that the country will be saying, it is about us taking responsibility. We have seen when our people started to comply with all these non-pharmaceutical intervention, we were able to manage this very devastating virus. So we still want to, whether people are moving or not moving, people must actually stick to this. We have seen it working. And also people must take responsibilities. I know there will be also decision on how the issues of liquor and the current alert level 1, adjusted alert level 1 arrangement with regard to that, but surely there will be something said. But what we want to is that our people must be responsible. They must be responsible for their social gatherings. I can tell you, people can behave in church. They can wear their masks. They can be normal. They can get guidance. I've never seen people behaving in these activities that we normally have at home. I don't want to speak about your savannah, judges. But let me speak about Mgombothi. Probably it will be better. Where there is a ubhekile umqombothi engahlali ndawonye ejikelezayo. I've never seen our people xa bafika besawuqonda umcimbi uba mandinxibe imask. Kodwa ikaseyifudumala imini ibhekile zimane zingena. Ubona kwabona sebephakama besebezelana uthetha kungekho kwalo mask. So zezi zinto esirhalela ukuzinqanda because xa sele kukubi abantu bayalibala ukuba ezi zinto zenziwa ngabo and bane responsibility also to protect themselves. So we're just saying, take full responsibility about your life, about your family. Don't wait for government to tell you what is right. You know what is right. And at least we are actually looking at that. Okay, let's look after our children, look after our families, protect our families by protecting ourselves. So that's our plea. All the other details are not my space as a national space. We are a province in South Africa. We've got a unitary country. We will be guided. We might have views on what could be done here and there, but we believe that every potential gathering, social gathering, is a potential super spreader. So our people must understand that. Yes, of course, we want tourists to come around, but we want people to be responsible as they tour the provinces and the countries. As people come and see their families. No one wants to come from Johannesburg or Cape Town to visit your family only to realize that you are here to decimate your family when you leave. So that becomes a serious issue. Ndizama ukuthi akukho umuntu oseKapa nomuntu oseGauteng orhalela okhumbula ifamily yakhe orhalela ukuza kwifamily yakhe athi xa yemka ashiye trail of deaths behind. So andizama ukuthi iseGauteng okanye eKapa, but so far our numbers are very low as a province because abantu beprovince baye basabela ukhwelo ebesilenza sisesemfazweni sisesemkhosini utshaba lwethu i-coronavirus sicela sibambisane sisebenzisane siyidudule i-coronavirus apho sikhoyo kwimicimbi yethu amasiko ayikho into etawuno yombatha ingcawe ufake ilentuka imask mbatha ingcawe ufake imask ezi mask uyakwazi uthetha uthethe ngapha kwemask. So siyabacela abantu bakuthi bake basincedise bancedisane nabo nohulumente. Families have actually been ruined. Family have been destroyed. Many families ebefamba zisenotata nomama azinabo in the last 12 months. So siyacela kakhulu funeka xa ubona nje umuntu ohambayo endleleni noba kuselalini nelokishini okanye town ozanga kuyo nganxibanga mask uyazi ba ngumbulali ke lo baleka because ngathi kube kumuntu onjalo obhadulayo onganxibanga mask mazi lo muntu lo into kokuba ngumuntu nje ongenaxanduva ngobomi. So wonke umuntu makanxibe imask. Uba unxibe imask siza kuqonda into kokuba ungusathana nomsilo uthunyelwe ulithumelo uzothatha abantu bakuthi abahleli emizini yabo bonke abantu nasezingcwabeni phaya ezilalini ke le mcimbi yemingcwabo inzima. Kula yami ilali sendisaziwa ngokuba xa ndawufika esingcwabeni unikwa nje kwami iqonga loba ndithethe ndibabona babangakanani entendeni ndiphuma phandle ndifowunela amapolisa ngokwami. Ndifowunela amapolisa ngokwami naba bantu besaphula umthetho izani mapolisa. Amapolisa afike ndime ngapha kwegate wakhomba ngaphakathi entendeni. Njembe ke abantu besenza imicimbi ke xa kungcwatywa kuqhelwe yonke into komnye umngcwabo phandle ndithe ndiyababona babe bekhukhuza amathambo bewela indlela ngapha kwenye amapolisa ebakhupha. Asifuni mapolisa ngobomi bethu sifuna thina sithathe uxanduva ngobomi bethu sicela nje lonto akuzibakho wonke umuntu ozathi kayefika amane ebiza amapolisa kuba kaloku elalini abantu bazawuthinzelana butheni uzibuza amapolisa ekhaya kwaza kwathini ke noko sendikweli khabathiso lokuba akukho umuntu onondicaphukela nje ngoba ndenza umsebenzi wami xa usophula umthetho wophula umthetho. So sizama ukuthi masincedisaneni ke norhulumente ukuqinisekisa uba siyayinqanda intlekele le COVID-19 isibonile ku second wave. Andiyazi uba kuzawuthiwa yintoni ke ngoku third wave xa sele kukho isikrokro sokokuba ingeza apha ku second wave sibonise amawele kahle apha ku third wave iyasibonisa i-triplets. So we don't want even that experience esiyibonileyo ukuba kuthiwe kukho hayi special what esebhayi njalo njalo okanye etsitsikama. So siyacela abantu bakuthi nje bazigcine ngendlela efanelekileyo bazigcine bekhuselekile kangangoko. Ndicinga uba u-MEC uyiphendule asiyo contradiction. Yi-reality into yokokuba as we grapple with the situation asana resources are really shrinking. Our fiscal base is declining every day. So it is not out of exaggeration in whatever that one would have said in the ANC platform, but it's about reality that we are going through. Health department is actually going through difficult times. The fiscal base there has been eroded qua health because of medical legal issues and all what has been going on. So we are trying to solve those problems. So we are reprioritizing our budget to address the issues of COVID-19. And when we do that, another services are suffering. Our people are looking for roads, are looking for hospitals. We're supposed to be building hospitals, clinics, etc. But we're now taking money to fight COVID-19. If our people can simply comply and be responsible, we should not be bothered about COVID-19 because it should not coexist with us. So It was not really a contradiction at all. As the MEC has said, we were just reprioritizing the budget that we have to look at whatever resources, because now we're dealing with a disaster. We don't want a disaster extended for long. It must actually be shortened so that we manage it and go through it. Government has got bigger issues, bigger challenges to change people's lives. So we can't be sitting on fighting the COVID-19 for years and years. A year is too much. And how that has disrupted people's lives is what we have also seen on the ground. So I think the MEC has given detail. Benza kuphendula nje ngento ethi ivela phi imali ivela kwi-fiscus. So uMEC uyicacisile ke ngokeni ba uyiqokelele phi ke pha kwi-fiscus. Imali engekhoyo. So funeke understand loo nto le kuba imali engekhoyo ngoku sizama uRob uPeter sibhatala uPaul because we can't also be caught napping. We can't rest on our laurels now, having seen the second wave, because we lowered the guard at some point in actually July, August or September, when we thought that our numbers are very low. Second wave came with speed, and we're almost caught napping, or we're almost found wanting. We had to catch up. So we are planning in advance so that we dictate terms to COVID-19. COVID-19 doesn't dictate terms to us on how we fight it. So we must fight it in our terrain, in our terms, so that we are able to defeat it. So that's how we are actually planning. When we talk about readiness, you would understand that we had done a lot of beds in almost many hospitals across the province where we're doing additional beds. Almost many hospitals across. Nursing night, that has been in the public for all the negativity. If you go there, you see a difference. A lot of new developed buildings, the new refurbishment. You go to Slimela, Port St. John's. You go to a number of sites. You go to Stakespruit hospitals. We have added beds. You go to Alwal North. We have additional beds. We have created high care facilities in those additional beds. We've put up in almost in all our district hospitals the oxygen, the bulk oxygen infrastructure that has been. So we are ready than what we were because that is now existing. So we will be ready to respond to any challenge that comes our way as far as COVID-19 is concerned. But we don't want, we must have learned from the previous two attacks, that is the previous two waves. So asifuni ke into kokuba ibe ngathi khange sibone ngokuya wonke umuntu ngoku uyayazi ba xa ifikile endlini into zimbini xa une COVID is either uzawuphila okanye uzawubhubha. Nethi kuthiwa une COVID funeka uyazi nje loo nto ba ungabhubha nanini na, and we've seen it doing it easy to many people that I still believe would have still been alive now. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you, Premier. We've come to the end of our media briefing. Just to remind you, we have awards, Batupili Awards tonight, just now, actually not tonight, it was at 3 o'clock, where Premier will be awarding top performing government employees and departments. We've extended the invitation to you for that. We are now at the end of our media briefing. Thank you very much. We will meet soon. The last time we were here, it was before the Chiefs Parade game. So we will meet soon. I don't know between which teams will be playing. Thank you very much. The media briefing is adjourned.